guys, I'm Bulma, and joining me is my wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man, Pip.
Wild, wacky, inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wild, wacky, inflatable arm flailing tube man. Wild, wacky, wavy, inflatable arm flailing tube man.
Hi, I'm Al Harrington.
Of Al Harrington's Wild, wacky, inflatable arm flailing and tube man Emporium.
Oh. Hey guys, we're back with some Shovel Knight, and are we on to a new level? Or we did this one?
We didn't do this. This is like we unlocked a new power or something. I don't remember where. I probably bought it at the shop or something.
Yeah,
from beating the last level. So now we can pound sand.
Yeah, cause didn't we? I feel like didn't we like come here, but you couldn't go here? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I'm remembering.
Yeah, so there are certain areas where you have to go and get a new item to get all the goodies within.
Yeah, that's when I started going like, okay, this game just got even more bullshitty. I'm glad Pip's playing.
Oh, Pip was dumb.
Like the phase locket and all that stuff. Like, oh man, I was already having a hard time. Calm down.
Well, this part gave me a little trouble, but it was fun. Felt really Mega Man.
It looks fun.
Whee!
Unstoppable.
Dirt punching. It's pretty fun going through on like New Game Plus mode because you have all the old items and stuff already, and there are like different paths you can take to get to the new areas, etc. Or to the old. No, you have different ways to traverse the maps.
Oh, the little Jello man. Oh, but he can't make the lava Jello.
No.
That makes sense.
I mean, maybe I didn't even think of that.
I don't know if you can like throw them. Like it looks like they just pop when you hit them. So
that was me being extra fancy. Popping the block I was standing on.
Oh, you show off.
Yeah. What can you do? You know.
I kind of wanted to get right into this because I just saw it today.
All right, hit it.
The Venom trailer. I believe it said that it was coming out sometime this fall. I don't think there's a date yet, but Damha sent me it, and I was like, oh, it looks pretty cool. The first, like, I don't know, minute and a half or so of the trailer, I was kind of like, eh. But the end was cool.
I don't
the Venom
know.
transformation. I was like, ah.
Alright guys, and maybe I'm just biased here, but I'm worried. I'm worried. They're gonna ruin it. They're gonna ruin it.
You're not alone. I've seen a lot of articles. After watching it, I looked up stuff about it. A lot of articles saying like, oh, the trailer is bracing us to be disappointed and, you know, stuff like that. And I agree, I don't want to get super hyped about it because I've done that so many times. I'm like, oh, this looks awesome, and I have this high expectations, and then it's not as good. And it could have been a better movie if I hadn't hyped myself up so much.
I mean, the trailer looks fine. It's just like, I know your track record, Sony.
Yeah.
I've been watching superhero movies for a while now, and I know the games y'all play.
I didn't see.
I remember that last Spider-Man series that lasted 2 movies.
Yeah. I didn't watch any of those. Like the last Spider-Man I saw was the 3rd one. the Raimi ones.
I think what's happening though is that they're lending production rights over to Marvel, so Marvel's gonna largely be making the movie. Which if that's the case, then like maybe there's a chance it'll be good. I hate to sound biased like that, but I am.
True, though.
I am. Get over it, guys. Marvel's the only people out there making, truly good superhero movies.
Yeah.
In the mainstream. I'm sure somebody's sitting at home pounding their keyboard going, No! There's this indie superhero movie and what was that movie? With Dwight from The Office.
Oh.
It's called like Super 8 or something like that.
I know what you're talking about.
He goes around and he beats people up with a wrench. It's pretty hardcore.
Yeah. Wrench.
Yeah, that's his superpower.
Well, shit, I could be a superhero.
I mean, it's kind of dark and gritty, but it's good. It's good. I liked it.
I don't.
Ha
If
ha!
I've seen it, it's been a while.
Pip now realizes what he has to do.
Isn't that always good?
Yeah, first I'm sitting there just walking around like, what the hell is happening here?
I still don't really understand what's going on here.
Alright, we're in a haunted... We paid a bunch of money to get into the...
So much money.
Into the Hall of Champions here. And then when we get in here, it's haunted! And the peacock lady inside was like, oh, when you get back outside, she's like, well, that's what you get for not asking. Like, so, now we're in here ghost hunting, being all Ghostbusters about it.
Oh, we went Luigi's Mansion.
That full Luigi's Mansion. You know, I always hear that game gets praised a lot, and I tried to play it when I was younger, and I just sucked at games, so I got like into the first room and quit. This was in the days when you could, you know, go and rent like 2 or 3 games over the weekend and enjoy them, and then, you know, go back to the games you have.
Yeah. I don't think I ever played it. I knew about the hype, and I really liked the music, and I actually did the Luigi Mansion theme for one of my piano recitals in high school, but I haven't played it. I mean, so no input there. But what's the thing with the bubbles? Like, what's going on here? Like,
see the little things that fly off the bubbles?
Yeah.
When you hit it, you have to hit the ghosts with that to kill them.
ah. Because those ghosts were really annoying me when I was playing. I was like, they won't die.
I don't know why they're going full invisible here when I hit them, but there you go.
Well.
It's only in the recording.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure they weren't doing that when I was playing.
What were they doing before?
There, that.
Oh.
Weird. Maybe it was in the game.
I don't know.
You decide. Haunted recording or haunted game?
Haunted capture stuff, maybe?
Yeah.
It's haunted by like some geek. You're gonna take that.
Gamer game is awesome. What?
Yeah, I wasn't wanting to. I saw there was like tombs and stuff you could hit in the Spectre Knight level, but I didn't want to hit them because ghosts came up. But I was like, but I get stuff, and I just wasn't hitting stuff. I was like, screw the ghosts, but
ghosts.
They're spooky.
Who's the Celtic Guardian?
I actually bought the obnoxious Celtic Guardian in my game, even though I'm probably never gonna use him. I just wanted it because the obnoxious Celtic Guardian? Like, what? I thought that was just a joke. That's actually a card.
Yes, it is. Dun, 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 dun. Ha!
Ah!
I get a little lost in here.
So many peacocks.
Yeah, I love the little animal people.
I know.
It's very BoJack.
Oh, horse people. And...
Talking about oats.
Why are you always talking about oats?
Treachery.
What is that? Like, why is...
It's just where the knights are.
Oh.
I know. Later on, there's another level where it's like doing this green. It's like, oh, and does anyone remember Donkey Kong 2 in the level near the very end of the game where there's like acid in a tower and it's rising up and you're the snake and you have to bounce all the way to the top? In the background, there's like this green acid rain happening, and it very much evokes the same look.
Huh.
And I completely forgot what I was fucking saying.
What, like the next part of the level?
There's a level on here. Oh, and you can see there are invisible platforms, or there are platforms that are there, but if you jump on them, they just let you go. And you can tell which ones are actually there by looking at the where the rain is falling on the level. It took me I think I found that out in my second playthrough, actually.
Wow.
First time it was all just trial and error.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice touch, though.
Yeah, it was neat. It was neat. I could appreciate it.
Kind of makes me think of, wasn't it? Which Dark Souls was it? There's like I feel like there's like invisible paths. You could see it by the snow. Was that the first one? Was that Seath?
Yes, Seath the Scaleless.
Yeah.
The most obnoxious part of the game.
I remember you doing that part.
Oh, I hate that part so much. Walking down those damn crystal ledges with those stupid crystal golems punching you off all the time.
Yes, I forgot about the.
Oh my gosh. And the game is just so unbelievably frustrating with how they do it. They're like, you'll be standing there and then you'll just slide off. Like, no, visually you are standing where you should, and the game's just like, nah, swoop.
Slippery crystal.
It's not even like a snow, like a Mario snow effect, or you know, where you're slipping on snowy ground and shit. It's just like the game just registers that you're all of a sudden on a freaking slope, and sends you flying off it into the abyss.
Perhaps it will be fixed in the remaster.
Probably not.
I don't know.
I hold no hope out for that. They're not redoing the Bed of Chaos. I mean, there's something to be said about keeping it, you know, as close to the original as possible.
Yeah.
For new people to jump into it, because a lot of people didn't play Dark Souls 1, and that's what, you know, the real die-hard fans like me need to stop and understand.
Yeah.
That a lot of people picked up Bloodborne because they got intimidated as shit by Dark Souls 1 and 2. You know, all their friends going, it's the hardest game ever. Ooh, I beat it. Or maybe you're just not good enough.
Yeah.
And, you know, so it intimidated a lot of people, so they didn't play it.
I always heard, yeah, it was just like, oh, the unbeatable, oh, this game's so hard, and like, oh, blah, blah, blah.
I kept hearing that too, and then I played it, and it's, oh, God, what's the name of that video? The not Happy Souls.
The Dark Sauce?
Dark Sauce. Look, guys, look, if you want a good laugh about, play Dark Souls, you want a good laugh, look up,
Dark Sauce.
Dark Sauce.
And then if you want to feel good and funny, look up Happy Souls.
Yeah, that's a good one. But that's essentially in the first video. It's like the first little beginning of the game. That was exactly me. It starts off where he's like, "Oh, this isn't that hard. I don't know why everyone was complaining."
A simple platformer.
Yeah, a platform with time dodging and blocking. What's so hard about this? And then it gets to the part where you know, the very first part of the actual game where there's like a dude standing up on a cliff and he's throwing fire bombs, and inevitably you will probably roll off the side of the game of the map and die. And the guy's like, but I was just trying to get up on the stairs, and the guy was throwing fire bombs at me.
The cliff was right there.
And the cliff was right there. It's really funny. But
These are very good, accurate representations.
yes, it was a very accurate representation.
Both in their respective
both
ways.
of the games and both of their perspectives. But Dark Souls or Dark Sauce and Happy
Dark
Souls.
Sauce is like single player, and then Happy Souls is Dark Souls 2 PvP, or not PvP, but
co-op.
Yeah, co-op.
Which I've never done. I've never done any co-op in any of these games. That's not how the game was meant to be played. Okay. But yeah, so I can understand wanting to keep it as close to the original as possible, so that people who are now into the series from playing Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 will get to go back and experience the original, quote unquote, finger quotes here, guys.
Finger quotes.
No, the original with you know, slightly updated mechanics and little polished graphics and stuff like that. Even though Dark Souls 1 still looks good, I was playing it not terribly long ago on the PC with no mods.
Yeah,
still looks fine. Like
it's certainly not in the PlayStation 1 realm or anything like that. Like, it's not bad. Like, it's.
Oof. You know, guys, I before my N64 finally crapped out on me this year, I went back and played some Star Fox not terribly long ago, within the past 2 years.
Yeah.
That was kind of tough. and I mean, Star Fox looks pretty good for an N64 game. You know, it's it does what it needs to do with what it is. But woo, that was tough. Now don't get me wrong, it wasn't. If you guys want a good laugh, Google Legacy of Kain, the first one, Soul Reaver. I think the game was Soul Reaver, Legacy of Kain. Ooh, man, those like PlayStation 1 early 3D graphics on a big scale. Oh man, it looks bad.
Yeah.
It looks bad, man.
Same with like I was trying out some old motocross racing game I had for the PlayStation 1. I still have it, and was testing that out. Oh my god! Not only does it handle like a bag of rocks glued together,
Riding in a shopping cart strapped on the back of a cow.
It's stupid. I had Damha even play, and he was just like, "What?
What is this?"
So it plays like crap, and it looks even worse. The animation for like falling off your bike and the sounds just like, oof.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, guys, going back and wanting to relive the glory that is the old pixel graphics and the old N64 graphic or Super Nintendo graphics rather. You know, I think there's some charm in these type of graphics, like what you're seeing right now here with Shovel Knight.
Yeah, like I love playing Earthbound. I'm not saying that like, oh, all old games look like crap.
No, of
totally
course not. Of course not. I'm just saying that early 3D games look bad. They look bad.
Even like
I'm sorry, even if they're like good games on the, you know, below the surface, they look bad, especially when you compare it to stuff nowadays.
Yeah, Vice City, even that. I remember like those weird, barely there, like boxy faces. And...
Yeah, I'm saying I am not a graphics whore. Like,
yeah,
at
graphics
all,
is not the game.
In the slightest. But I have to admit, after owning a PS4 and playing that for a while, it's hard to go back. It really is. Because your eyes just get used to seeing all the nice crisp images and everything looks so nice and you can see the little beads of water on plants and stuff like
damn.
Yeah, man. I don't know, I'll admit the first time I saw my first time I turned on my PS4 and played The Last of Us, I was totally blown away. Because I've never had like a super top end tier god computer to run all my settings on maximum.
Yeah.
Looking at you people who did that for Plague Crisis. So I'd never experienced that before, and seeing it for the first time, it was like, wow, this is incredible!
Yeah, it is nice.
I don't know how we tangented. Tangented? Is that even a word? Tangented. I don't know how we went on a tangent to this topic in particular off of Dark Souls, but
it happened.
It did. There you go. There it is. That's my opinion, so I'm sticking to it. If you have a differing opinion about early 3D graphics, maybe there's an example somewhere that I'm not thinking of that looked really good for the time. I guess Super Mario still kind of holds up.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
But yeah, Super Mario for N64. You can still go back and play that. It's not the worst.
Yeah, Zelda.
Yeah, Ocarina of Time and stuff. I still go back and play that occasionally. Well, again, until my N64 just pooped out on me finally. I've had it since I was... Oh gosh, I don't even know. My dad got it for me for Christmas. Like, when it came out, you know?
Oh man. And were you the N64 kid?
I was the N64 kid.
Oh my god!
Oh, absolutely. That was
breaking levels of excitement.
I didn't go all high pitched about it, but I mean, you know, I was excited. I got Diddy Kong Racing and stuff with it. Oh hell yeah!
I don't remember how old I was when we got our N64. I remember. I think my sister, she still has our old N64 and the box it came in and all that stuff.
Classy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big moment, getting the N64. It was like, oh, like crap. I think it was for everybody, though. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. That's a big deal when you're a kid.
What are these guys?
Shoot, getting my PS4 was a big deal for me as an adult.
Yeah,
I was
know.
like, woo!
I waited in line, like I pre-ordered my PS4 when it came out. Waited in line for the midnight release. And I was so hyped.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
I don't know. What's funny is I'm not looking at all forward to the next generation of consoles. Like, no, you can keep it. All right.
I mean, it's not really...
my bank account's still recovering from the PS4 3 years ago.
I don't know. We don't really need one yet.
No.
At all.
No. Guys, I'm already. Oh,
I mean, how
I'm gonna bite the bullet here and buy this new computer here in the next coming up months. So we'll be able to bring you all the content that I want to re-recording for you guys, but can't because the computer just won't run both the software and the game at any kind of decent settings.
It's terrible.
It's terrible. I want to show you guys some Subnautica and stuff. We'll get there though.
Woo.
But I'm gonna already invest in that, and so any new generation of PC that comes out, or any new generation of console that comes out, is already going to be severely underclassed compared to what I'm going to own very soon.
Yeah.
So just save it, Sony. Just save it until you guys are ready to come out with something that actually rivals a computer. Because otherwise you're just farting in the wind nowadays. I know a lot of people made that argument about this generation. And they're not wrong either.
I've said, I was playing my PlayStation 3 up until it pooped out on me a little bit last year.
Yo, this kind of weirds me out.
What?
You have to jump on the snow, you knock the snow down and it covers up the spikes.
Wow.
And I'm so nervous the whole time that if I don't hit it first, or if I fall at the same level, then I'm gonna hit the spike first. So I keep doing the back jump.
Dude, that's intense.
Yeah, it just freaked me out. It's a weird mechanic. I wasn't used to this in my platformers.
I love this game.
Yeah, it's fun. I love it.
Cool.
I'm super pleased with it. Like this, I'm so scared. Even though I'm pretty sure I can just jump. Yeah. Risk it all for the money. Money. Yo, they played that at my old job I used to work at. I loved it. It was retail, so I'd just be walking around stocking shoes and shit. Just money.
Yeah.
It's loud and obnoxious as all hell.
I'm gonna be for real, unless I forgot. I didn't know that was a song. That's just something my dad always did when growing up. So that's the only place I remember ever hearing it, and I heard you doing it, and I was like, what?
Well, I first heard on it, as most people did, from Family Guy. Let's be real.
I don't even remember though.
Yeah, there's a part with Brian where he's drunk. He's like, money, 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 money. Man, that's not exactly the tune that the tune of the song.
Yeah.
But I heard the words, and I was like, oh shit, that's the song. So I started going around and singing it like Brian did in Family Guy all the time, in a really high, obnoxious voice.
Oh yes.
That I'm sure drove my work colleagues insane, but that was kind of the point, You gotta have a little fun at work.
Oh man. Speaking of fun at work, that just made me think of some of the dumb pranks and things they used to do to me when I was working at Starbucks. When I was new, they tried doing giving me a coffee filter cake thing and telling me and they even put whipped cream and caramel sauce and stuff over it. They're like, oh yeah, it's a coffee brownie. I was like, nah, because someone already told me about that. I'm not eating a coffee, it's ground up coffee grounds.
Ew.
Yeah, it was a I said coffee filter. I meant to say coffee grounds.
That's still pretty bad. I'm saying if someone did that to me at work, I'd be like, all right. I'd be like all Daffy Duck about it. I don't think you know this, sir. I assume you know this, sir, but this means war.
Yeah. And you know, like, and at Starbucks, they make their own whipped cream, so you have to get heavy cream and vanilla syrup and stuff, and then shake it up with the little nitrous capsule things. And some people, like, when they would get done making it, they take a fresh one and they just like walk by you with the whipped cream and just like stick the nozzle in your apron pocket and you just have like one time I didn't notice that someone did it because it was really loud. You know, it got milk being heated and it's all like and all these sounds, and I just go and stick my hand in my pocket, big thing of whipped cream, so gross. Like,
what kind of pranks are these? Jeez.
Coffee pranks. Oh my god, the worst one.
Why can't you guys just be like carpenters? I just chuck a hammer at somebody if I want to joke with them, you know? Hey, Bob, catch! I'm teasing. Don't throw hammers if you're a carpenter.
Yeah, like last one. This was like the worst one. My shift supervisor told me I needed to empty out the water in the coffee machine. Like it's this giant machine thing that brews like 2 pots. It was like 2 pots or something at like the same time.
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, it needs to be filtered. So can you empty it out so we can clean it?" I'm like, "Sure." I didn't know that it was like it's always filled with water, so the water is gonna just keep coming out of it. So I don't know how many pitchers of water I filled up and then emptied it to the sink. And he like came back. He's like, "You're still doing that?" He's like, "This is like, come back to work." I'm like, "What?"
Wah, 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 wah. It's alright. Somebody tried to goose me once. I was working for a friend of my dad's doing some carpentry, doing some woodwork. We were putting in some like groove tongue ceilings into this house that was being built. If you're in the know.
If you know your wood.
If you know your wood, that's what I was working with.
How do you not know your wood?
There you go. And,
PSA, know your wood.
yeah, so I was working with these dudes, and unbeknownst to them, well, you know, I assume they did know. I've been doing this a while. You know, I'm not Johnny come lately. You know what I mean? And they were messing around with me, and one of them, you know, they're both older dudes, been doing the trade for a long time. And one of them says, "Hey Pip, I want you to go to the back of my car there and get me the board stretcher." And I turned around and started to walk. I took about a step and a half, you know, like I had my second step raised. And I turned on my heel and went, "That's not a thing."
Nice.
And now I hate to admit this and kind of sell myself out, but it wasn't because I just knew that there was nothing called a board stretcher, okay? It had nothing to do with it. I remember I was watching an episode of Game of Thrones, and there's a part where Robert Baratheon is yelling at his squire because he's like talking to oh shit, what's his name? The guy who dies all the time in everything that he's in.
Oh god.
Oh, character.
Sean Bean.
Sean Bean, alright. Right, yeah, I forgot his name. I forget his character's name. Stark. Yeah, you're no help here, Bulma.
Ned.
Yeah, Ned's talking to Robert Baratheon and kind of heckling him, and his squire starts laughing, and Robert Baratheon starts yelling at him, and he's like, "Go get the go get the plate mail stretcher, you useless boy!" And the kid runs out, and you know, Ned starts laughing, and he's like, "How long do you think it'll take him to realize it's not a thing?" And he's like, "Probably half the afternoon at best."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I happen to recall that. Now, normally I would say I got a little bit of nerd cred for that and lost a little woodworking cred, but I then lose all my nerd cred by not remembering Ned Stark's name or Sean Bean's name.
Oh.
So you guys can boo me in the comments. I will completely. Yeah, I'll completely understand. I won't even be mad. I'll just be like, yeah, I deserve that.
Aw. Nah.
Oh, totally. You can't forget Sean Bean and then expect the internet to take you seriously. Are you kidding? That's bad.
What do you think this is?
Yeah, that's a big faux pas.
It's the internet.
Mm-hmm. They don't forget, they don't forgive.
Nope. It's there forever.
Mm-hmm. Oh God, I'm not posting this now. I'm scared. I'm gonna get ruined.
The unseen, the archived videos.
Pip's shame.
Aw. That's okay. I have lots of shame in these videos.
Oh, that was so goofy.
We did it for the music.
Yeah. Worth it. Worth it for them sick tunes. Oh, guys, I don't know. Maybe you've heard. Well, of course you've heard. We've been complaining about it for like 4 videos now. That we had to be We've been having to re-record a lot of this audio because our mic's been screwing up for some reason. Which I'm sitting here thinking, no, it's not the mic. You know, brand new mic. That's not the case.
Brand new, expensive mic.
No, I didn't want to say that.
I did because it's not some piece of crap. Of course, like, you know.
Well, I'm not trying to be all elitist about it. It's a good mic. It's a good mic.
It shouldn't be messing up this early. Is what I'm saying for what it was. Word like.
All right, very true, very true, Bulma. But I was just gonna say that.
Ooh, that was nice.
All right, but we fixed it. We fixed the problem, and
Pipped it.
Well, I don't want to be all taking all the credit. Bulma does most everything around here. But essentially it was just well, no, actually I'm not gonna bore you guys with the details. Taken care of. Rocked it. Ooh, almost got spiked there.
You know, when I don't know why the little music sheet you picked up back there made me think of the summertime lovin' episode of a regular show.
Loving in the summertime. And I feel it, and I feel fine. Jumping in the summertime. I don't remember the words. Something like that though. Yeah. You can touch music. Music can touch you, but you can't touch music.
It was so funny. Like, trying to fight the cassette tape, and Rigby's like, "Why can't I touch it?"
Yeah. No, the cassette tape reaches over and punches him, so he like freaks out, tries to punch him back, and he's like, and it just phases through it, and he's like, "What happened?" He's like, "Music can touch you. You can't touch music." I know. Some of those lines in Adventure Time and regular show are phenomenal.
I had to stop myself from saying Adventure Time as well.
I mean, didn't the guys from regular show work on Adventure Time and vice versa?
Yeah, I believe it, what's his face? JD Quintel, I believe. Yeah, he did some stuff with Adventure Time.
With the cool dude with the red beard who wanted to be an adventurer?
What?
Nothing. Maybe I'm misremembering.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just know I don't know the guy who made Adventure Time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, doesn't he have like a cool gnarly beard?
I think he has a beard because you see him at the end of the Bravest Warriors bits.
Yeah, totes.
Yeah.
Either way.
Which is also awesome.
Yeah, Oh, okay, guys. Maybe you haven't heard of this because I didn't hear about it. Damn Haw showed me.
Yeah, Pip showed me. I didn't hear about it.
Yeah. You can find it on YouTube. I think there were like 3 seasons of it, and it was released on a Cartoon
Hangover.
Yeah, Cartoon Hangover.
I think.
It's awesome. It's a show kind of in the same vein as Adventure Time.
In space.
Yeah, I'm about to say, saying that it's in the same vein of Adventure Time.
And there's a team of them.
And if you don't like Adventure Time, this might be different enough for you to enjoy it regardless.
It's a little more, I mean...
It's definitely more aimed towards adults than Adventure Time was.
Flipping people off and stuff.
Flipping people off, talking about little hanky-panky and stuff like that, you know.
It's good.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Highly recommend. Bravest Warriors. You can find it on YouTube. Super funny.
Cat book.
Yeah, cat bug. They had a cute little boy who was like, oh man, was he like 6 or 7?
Oh my god, yeah, he's so little.
Yeah, it must have been someone's son or something. I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay.
Someone.
Look into it. But they had a little 6 or 7-year-old playing one of the characters named Catbug.
This is so cute.
And he, oh my god, it was adorable.
It's the same as like, you know, whenever if I watch South Park and Ike is in the episode, I'm just always like, or any of the kindergartners, I'm like, oh, they're so cute, they're little sweet voices.
Yeah, it is like that. But he's a little cat with ladybug wings, and he talks in a little cute voice. He's like, I'm Catbug.
It's so cute.
It's so cute.
I would die.
Yeah. So go watch it. Go watch it and report back to us, guys.
Yeah. Oh man.
If you got the same enjoyment out of it as we did, we have done our jobs.
What is this, Ornstein?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Small.
Small?
Small.
Small?
Small. I don't know.
I don't know. Good. Now I want to watch Dark Sauce as soon as we're done recording.
Yep. Dark Sauce.
Aw. Which is also,
Well,
I mean...
you know what? In the next video, guys, I'm going to talk about some God of War. I haven't played it yet, so get your hype down. But
I know that.
We'll have a discussion about it and get everyone's opinion on the field right now, because I'm curious. If you're curious, and we're all curious, then maybe we'll find the answers together.
Next time with daily uploads on the Daily Brief.
See ya!